Recording in progress.
And just waiting for Facebook to go live. We can get started. So how was Diwali for everyone?
Great.
Awesome. So everything that brought up in it. Will you now destroy and create it all?
Very nice was Diwali. Very nice. So yesterday, Nithya, I was talking to a lady with whom we did the shamanic class of yours.
Okay.
And we were appreciating, I was appreciating your shamanic class. I know this is not the platform to tell, but honestly speaking, your shamanism class has given me so much of peace and calmness. So very grateful to you, Nithya. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing, Varsha. You made my whole day. How does it get better than that?
It's wonderful, no doubt. I never thought that it could turn out so good, actually.
Awesome. Thank you. Better than your expectations.
Yes, you deserve this, Nithya. I always tell this.
Thank you so much, Varsha. So for everyone else, since Varsha started, and I'm so grateful, I have a new shamanic batch starting November 27th. So if anyone is interested, please get started. Yeah, Tina is joining that batch. So how does it go? Okay, so today we'll talk about trees, and because it's a celebration season, I don't know whether Diwali is over or still going on. So everything that brought up and let down, now destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good.
You don't celebrate Diwali, Nithya?
I celebrate every day.
But that's good. That's good.
And this
I know critically you are right, but then too means Diwali you don't celebrate.
No, it's not I don't celebrate. Just don't remember the exact dates and what's happening. Because someone has to tell me today is Diwali, and they confuse me because they said 4th is Diwali for North, South is for South it's 5th, and then someone gifted me on 6th, so I got completely confused. So I don't know whether it's over or not, right, wrong, all that. And my son this year said, we will not burst crackers because I care about my dog. So
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't like crackers, but my son used to burst like 1 or 2 small ones. This year he said, no, I will care about my dog. And then during Diwali, the dog will always be with me. When I had a dog, it was more than celebrating. It was like taking care of the dog because they can't stand the sound of crackers and they'll be so afraid. But Sparky was though, I don't care what's happening. I can't hear anything. He's like so chill. So everything that brought a vendetta. And now destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, all 9 trust, boys and peons. So what if we could celebrate every day just like the trees? Today we're going to talk about trees. How many of you like trees?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So how much oxygen do the trees give us, right? So trees are one of those beings. I think I've told this in some call, but today we're going to talk more. They continuously gift and receive. So what are we here for? What does contribution mean? Tina, you wanted to say something?
No.
What does contribution mean? Continuously gifting and receiving. Now, who does that better than trees? Are they giving you oxygen all the time? Yes.
Yes.
But in turn, they also receive. They also receive carbon dioxide from us. So they know how to give and receive. So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 trust, boys and beyonds. So what can you be or do different to be like a tree and to function like a tree? Everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 trust, boys and beyonds. Now, when you look at trees, they can't move, right? But you know how appropriate they move? They flex with the wind. They know which direction the sun is. So they go towards whatever will contribute to them. And even if they are deep-rooted and grounded, if they have to adapt, they will change with the winds. And that's how the universe is, right? It's giving you a lot of things are coming your way. You'll have to adapt, you'll have to move a little, you'll have to change accordingly. So the tree knows how to do that. And constantly, even if you go cut a tree, how many of you have plucked plants or cut trees? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 transparents. Hopefully no one, but we've plucked few plants. Now it's not that the tree does not feel that pain or the plant does not feel that pain. In fact, plants are very sensitive. They feel much more pain than when you kill animals. But then they don't hold on to that at all. It's like a 1 second 1 second of, okay, something has happened, and then they let it go completely. They don't hold on to those memories and hold on to the pain. And they continue growing straight. So how much ever you cut a tree, it will still continue growing. Unless you pluck out the roots, it will still continue growing. And it always grows straighter. It grows more straighter. That's why the elephants in the forests, they are designed to go and break some trees. They play with the trees and they eat some of the trees. So they're designed to do that because that helps the tree grow even straighter. So trees don't break, they just continue growing. Now, how many of you have feel broken by someone else? The action of someone else. Has it broken you at some part of your life? Has it become a trauma?
Yes.
Yes. So we hold on to that. So what if we can learn to continue growing irrespective of what anyone else does? Because it's your life. And then no one can stop a tree from growing, right? So can anyone stop you from growing? Only you can. And the good part about the trees are they don't judge themselves. They know how to be, and they just focus on, let me continue thriving and growing, thriving and growing. And they get whatever they require just from sunlight and water. Now, isn't that so beautiful? So we also are designed to get whatever we require just but we don't get it from, we don't believe that nature can give it to us. We don't believe the universe is giving to us. And what do? We get into lack. Okay, so everything that brought up and let down for you, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So what invention are you using to create and function from lack and neediness are you choosing? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. What incident happened in your life that you've decided you cannot grow out of? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, Neha says heartbreaks. Okay, please don't use that word. Okay, it will actually, words are very powerful. Now, we don't want our heart to break, do we? Because only if the heart is there, we, blood will be pumped, your body will function, we can be alive. It's very, very essential. Okay, so let's not even use that word. So how do I respond to these situations? Even if there's a huge storm, right? What does a tree do? It stays very stable and it moves accordingly. It does what it can to adapt to the situation. And after that's over, it continues growing because that moment is over. So the trees and animals, right? These creatures are very present. They live in the now. They're not looking into what happened 10 days back, what happened 20 days back, or what happened years and years back. So what level of presence can I be? Just like a tree. And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate it. Right?
Yes.
Pot, pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And they keep growing and they live for years and years. And you wonder when they don't move or it feels they don't do anything, how do they? Because they have allowance. And this time is not so significant for plants. They're not like today is gone, yesterday is gone. It's 10 years now. So can you see how they just focus on living and everything is insignificant for them? And their only focus is to continue to grow. So how many of you focus on continuing to grow irrespective of what other people do? So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all boys and beyonds. So what are you refusing to be? What are you refusing to be to outgrow all the situations in the past that are keeping you trapped? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So where have you decided that you cannot grow? And what have you decided that you cannot change? That if you choose to change, will change, and you can continue growing irrespective of anyone else. Everything that brought up and let down, will you now destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, how much have we abused nature as humans, right? And I'm not talking about you guys, and I'm genuinely not talking about you guys. I'm just saying as human species, right? How much have we abused nature? How much abuse have we given to the plants and the trees? But they continue growing. They just focus on, let me continue to live. None of them is like, you've abused me, I've lost myself. I don't know what to do going forward. It's not like that. They truly know where they're headed. And where are they headed? Just towards the light. That's where all the plants are headed. They just know where the sun is, and they know that's where they're headed. So what is your light? Where would you like to head? So where we would like to head is a choice for us. But after you do a lot of self-healing and courses, you come to know that you are consciousness and everything is consciousness. So the place that is best for you to head is towards consciousness. And that is such a great place. It is no lesser. It's not easy. It's not comfortable. But that's the place where, if you choose to, you can head. Where you realize how you be the greatest version of you. And the greatest version of you is in responding to life. In responding to life. See, there's a lot of crap that we create, right? Right, wrong, good, bad, what, all nine shorts, boys and girls. But then there's crap that creates by others also. Now, we are not like harming the environment, by ourselves, but a lot of humans are. So the environment is, we may add little to it, but at a larger scale, other people are. So that's also happening around you. So that you don't have control over. You didn't create that. But then you respond to that. So how do you create good things and respond to things that you did not create? So everything that brought up and let down, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what can I be or do different to respond, to adapt, to change, and to keep growing? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right,
Yes.
wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And here when we say growth, so the tree is not growing for the money, is it? It's not like I have a better job than this person. I'm more successful. So that growth comes with no comparison. It's only about who you are, not in relation with anyone else. And it's also not about, have I grown in finances? Have I grown in taller? It's not about that. Or it's about the growth of your being and your health. Can you see if the trees get enough light and water, they keep thriving? This is about that. They become healthier. They grow bigger and healthier. So is your body becoming healthier? And are you growing as a being? That's the true growth. It's not about the money you have or the success or the fame. It is not about that. Because at the end of the day, the biggest gift you have, and all of us have been gifted with, is our body. And if you guys, the more you guys do consciousness, you'll realize that the biggest gift you have is your own body. And all the money you're earning is for your body. So why would you abuse your body? Why would you put up with any sort of disease? Or why would you create something that is not good for your body in the name of money, when the money itself is for your own body? So all of you who've been rejecting yourself and abusing yourself for any reason, everywhere you've been rejecting yourself and abusing yourself for any reason, will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate all those points of views? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Awesome. So you guys very silent? Did you guys literally become trees, like as in not everything that brought you? Will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong,
Yes.
pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Because you hear anyone saying anything.
Yes, back of our mind, it's going on. Trees are so lively and all that. So why can't we be like that?
Yeah.
So deeply in just getting everything what you are saying.
Thank you so much, Rasha. Thank you so much. So they're just focusing on thriving and living. In fact, everything in nature does that, except humans. So everything that brought up and let down, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And the other thing is, there's this beautiful thing, right, about projections, expectations, separations, and rejections. And you've heard it, and you've heard no expectations. But are you able to do that? Are you able to be that? And you've heard no projections. What's the first thing we do? You get into projections. The trees truly have no expectations or projections or separations or rejections. They're not projecting at you, come and eat my fruit, or I'm the better tree than this tree. They don't expect you to do anything. Even if you go cut the tree, it's going to continue growing. It's not going to remember that this is the person who cut me. What did they do? How do I, get back at this person? Nothing, no expectations. They still provide you shade. They still grow, they continue growing. And if you would like to receive the shade of the tree, it always provides, provided there's a tree in your area, not in areas where there are no trees, right? So everything that brought up in that down, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So you as an infinite being also can contribute to everyone and everything. If you just know that that's who you are. You just have to know that is who you are. And irrespective of how people treat you, what they do to you, if you choose, you can still contribute to them. Now, why would you have to contribute? It's just a choice. If that doesn't feel light to you, you don't have to do it at all. But it's just a choice. So irrespective of how that person treats you or rejects you, how many of you get rejected? So everything that brought up in that down, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right?
Yes.
Bad, pot, pork, all 9 shots, poisons. Irrespective of how that person treats you or rejects you, or you don't reject yourself. So if you go tell a tree, this tree is really ugly, does it even respond to you? It keeps growing. But don't try that. Trees are very sensitive. So if you put a lot of negative energy on them, they start absorbing it. So let's talk like really positive to trees. But they continue growing. They're not going to let it affect them for the rest of their life, right? Tomorrow, if the sun is there, they let go of that. So irrespective of how people reject you, you can still treat them well. You can still respect them. Only because you respect yourself, and you're not going to give them that amount of significance. And because in oneness, they are rejecting you only because you're rejecting yourself. Right? And if you truly, truly love yourself or like yourself, will it matter what anyone else tells you? So when what they say matters, it means we are rejecting ourselves. It doesn't mean they are rejecting you. It means you are aligning or agreeing or resisting or reacting to what they say to make it true. And how many of you like rejecting yourself? Still. So this is something that, I've still been working on myself, and every day I see that there's more opportunity to love myself more. I see how much I have not loved myself. Why? Because we've grown up like this. It's like so many years of judge yourself, keep judging yourself. So it's not that easy to let it go. But the willingness to let it go, and the willingness to know that when you go towards consciousness, you cannot hold any judgments. Have you guys noticed now when you judge, the repercussions are much more than before? So everything that brought up in it down, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, yes. Wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, poisons. You're being asked to go towards non-judgment. And that starts with not judging yourself, not judging others, not getting impacted by the actions of others, because the actions of others is not in your control at all. But what is in your control is the way you respond to it and your own actions. Would you like to respond in a way that is, in any way that's the best for you, in a way that your greatness can come out? So everything that brought up in that down, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, so everywhere I've been abusing and rejecting myself. I now revoke, recant, renounce, reclaim, resign all those judgments, conclusions, decisions that I've made about rejecting myself from this lifetime and across lifetimes and any age in this lifetime. And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. I'm going to move myself a little closer. Okay. So what can I be or do different to go beyond all self-judgments and self-doubts and everything that does not allow you To know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate it.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all natures, boys and girls. So trees don't doubt themselves, neither do they compare themselves. So one of the biggest thing that pulls us down in one way or the other is comparison. It's like not understanding that you are so different and there is no need for you to compare yourself with anyone else. So what does that comparison give you? So everything that you have bought, that comparison will give you, or everything that you see in the value of comparing yourself with anyone else, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So whatever value you see in judging yourself and comparing yourself with anyone else, will you now destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So none of the trees or the plants compare themselves with each other, right? They don't go, I'm taller than you, I'm shorter than you, I get more water than you. It's more about receiving and gifting at the same time. And irrespective of every obstacle that happens, how do we continue to grow? Does it make sense, guys? Are you guys following me? Okay, thank you, Tina.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad. Pot, pock,
I will share, I don't know how many of the people have read. There is a very nice fantasy book for teenagers and children. The name of the book is The Inheritance Cycle. It's by Christopher Paolini. It's a story about a dragon rider. It's complete fantasy. But after access, you will, and maybe people who are doing shamanism will be able to connect to it, how a dragon egg hatches and chooses its rider. So I'm just going to skip to the part where this guy reaches, he needs to be, and he needs more consciousness to be able to connect with the dragon's mind. And his teacher's name is Oromus. And Oromus tells him to go in the woods and sit there and connect with the trees. For 1 week, he goes there, he understands nothing, he gets bitten by ants and he goes mad and he comes back home. And then Oromus says that, what are you doing to quieten your mind to connect with the trees? He says, it's so quiet out there. As in, it's so silent. There's nothing happening. He said, you are so used to everything happening around you, wars and fights and chatter. Can you just go and try to connect with the trees? And then there is this experience of his first time. He gets shocked by how quiet and how big the consciousness of the forest is. He gets scared and he withdraws his mind because it's so huge. They're so quiet and they're so conscious. And then next time he makes the attempt to again connect. And then he realizes that they're thousands and thousands of years old and they're quiet and they're happy and they pass his energies to him. And when he comes back, Oramis looks at him and said, oh, you had a good day, is it? He realizes that peace and calm had already seeped into him. If you get that portion, maybe I will paste it here. I have the online book. It's a beautiful thing. And when you were talking about the trees, I could just relate to that segment that the author has written. It's beautiful.
It is. Thank you for that, Tina. So the other thing...
Inherent Psycho.
Inheritance Cycle, Christopher Paolini. It's a famous book. It's a collection of 4 books.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
So, the other thing to note is, if everything sounds loud, if you're getting irritated by what anyone else says or by some sound, I mean, I'm doing this amazing call and then someone makes a sound there and you get irritated, it's just because the voice in your head is loud. It's not about the noise outside of you. It's always about the noise inside of you. Otherwise, the noise outside of you cannot even ripple you, has no effect on you.
Yeah.
Only when the noise inside of you is like chattering and restless and disturbed, right? Then the outside noise can trigger you. So that's another point to note. Like, the trigger is always internal. And can you believe those trees have lived for thousands of years? How much wisdom would they have?
Yeah.
How much of experience do they have? And yet they're so humble. Yet so humble. So what if you could acknowledge that you are also great, but yet no one is inferior to you? That's again going beyond comparison in any way. Okay, so what can you be or do different to go beyond all comparisons and everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that? Will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, or talk, all boys and beyond. So what can you be or do different to go beyond all comparisons and judgments and everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that? Will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And the other thing is, guys, how much ever we feel like giving up, how much ever you want to go there, how many of you have gone there once in a while? So even I've gone there a lot of times, but you don't have to, because tomorrow is a new day. And how much ever you cut the trees, they don't give up, they continue thriving. So even if you keep a small plant somewhere in a building, it will slowly try to seep and come out, and it'll grow. Have you guys seen plants growing on walls and in different areas, and they just want to live wherever they are, and they don't have a point of view that I can't survive in this place. For us, it's like, if it's not a big house, it's not good enough. If it's not this, it's not good enough. But the most important thing for us to live is our body. And as long as your body is fine and happy, the place doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, that's what I've written in my book. By the way, in my book also, a lot of inspiration has been taken from the trees. So everything that brought up in letter, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So what can you be or do different to adapt to the situation and yet stay grounded? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Because when the storm comes, the trees are even more grounded. They know where to stay. They're like, okay, let me focus. And then they allow their branches and everything to move so that the wind doesn't impact them. But they don't lose who they are, or they don't lose their position. So when a tree can do that, we are infinite beings. So the power we have is, you can be anything that you would like. So would you like to be that? So when there's a traumatic situation or a bad situation, that's when you have to hold yourself. That's when you don't lose yourself. You hold on to yourself. You understand the depth of your being. Be more composed. Be more calm. And adapt. And then it will shift. So everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive whatever I said just now, will you now destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Because the challenges or the storms are also part of nature. And nature is not harsh on you, right? They're always looking out for you. So if small things do come, it should go. Nothing stays the same all the time. Time, in fact, changes, right? So what is this one problem that I've decided I cannot change and I cannot get out of, that I still keep on holding on to? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you now destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. What invention am I using and choosing to convince myself that I cannot change something which is changeable? So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And the trees function from abundance. They're not thinking as, will I get enough food tomorrow? Will I get enough water? Actually, they don't have to think about food. They make it for themselves. That's so amazing, no? How they can make it for themselves. Now, I think that's one thing that we've not figured out how to do yet. But in a way, I think, I think we can also do that if you just live off your breath and all. But we won't talk about that right now. So in a way, they don't worry about, am I going to get enough sunlight tomorrow? Am I going to get enough water tomorrow? All the focus is on, how do I grow today? What can I be or do different to keep growing and thriving? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And the other thing about plants is, have you guys noted that with one seed you can regrow? You can regrow a whole plant if you have one seed of it.
Yeah.
It's like that seed contains the whole wisdom and the DNA and all the mechanics of how to of how to become a tree. So the tree, in a way, knows how to, plants know how to store themselves in such a way that they can be regenerated. So the wisdom is kind of shared. You use those seeds to create more and more of these amazing plants. So would you like to also be that way, that when people talk to you or meet you, they can also regenerate? They also get that imprint, just like a seed has, of how to keep growing. Now it takes time. The seeds don't grow in a day or so, but isn't it amazing as how one seed can have all that information? So what seeds can you plant in such a way that it's contributive to nature and you, and everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what can you be or do different? What can you be or do different to be able to store and generate your being at will? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what can you be or do different to respond to every situation that life throws at you with ease and keep growing? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, any questions, guys? I still think people have literally become trees, so you're not talking. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, which is good. When you don't talk, it's not only about not talking here, when you don't talk here also. That's the space. So everything that does not allow you to be the infinite space that can relax and calm you and enable you to respond and grow, will you now destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Everything that does not allow you to respond and grow, will you now destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What generative energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, and possibilities can you be to continue thriving and living? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what's the other thing to note from trees, guys? Do they ever judge their bodies? I'm dark skinned. I had it. My barks are not good enough. How many of you do that? So whatever value you see in judging yourself or your body, will you now destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I know we've been taught to judge ourselves from the day you're born. Judgment has become so much a way of life. But that's not what we were meant to do. That's an invention. So would you like, and would you, and if you see how much ever you cut trees, they still figure out where to grow. How many ever buildings are they go beyond the human inventions, right? They adapt and thrive. They don't allow us to stop them, do they? How much ever they're willing to contribute and give to you, they don't allow us to stop them, and they continue to grow one way or the other. So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, and they so willingly contribute. So whatever wood you have in your house, the trees willingly contribute. They're willing to come die for you. They're willing to be beds for you, tables for you. They're so contributive. And we require trees. The trees don't require us at all. So we require them. We require them for the oxygen, for the furniture, for whatever. So if we receive that contribution, and that is not abusing the trees or over abusing them, we can use them. We're allowed to use them. They're willing to contribute to us. But what if we respect that contribution? What if we are so grateful for everything that the trees give us? And then they will continue to thrive too. And this is called like stewardship of the earth, right? We have to serve the earth. We are not here to abuse the earth. And when we serve the earth, she will give us back so much more. And you don't have to actually like do anything except be conscious, be happy. That will be the biggest contribution that you can give to the earth. And just a lot of respect and gratitude for everything that nature provides you. So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Okay. Any questions, guys? No questions. Okay. So what can you be or do different to keep thriving and living, and everything that does not allow you to be perceived?
Well, I have got a small question.
Yes,
Okay.
1 second. Will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys. Yes, Sahil sir. It has to be a small question. If it's a big question, then I will not answer it. Right, wrong, good, bad. I was just joking.
See, there's one thing that you see when we talk about consciousness and we talk about thoughts. Perhaps thought is something which is not available with plants, or maybe it's a different level. So these thoughts, we want them to have always an upward trend for growth. So that is one part of it. Second part is that when we do you think that there is a negative people around or there is a negativity around?
Negativity around?
When we have, suppose I have my office, there are around 22 people working. So is it there that some people are negative, you can't change them?
Yeah, many people are negative, you can't change them.
Okay, so what is the solution for that? Just to get rid of them, or
No. We cannot get rid of them. You wish you can get rid of them. That's just wishing. But we can be an
no, in fact, being an honor, I can always change the people, you know.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. So we can be an invitation for them to be more conscious. Walking in and changing is up to them. And when you are very conscious, somehow people who don't match your vibrations will move away. You don't have to do anything. They will leave themselves.
Okay.
So it's all about how
Fine.
I be. And yes, if I truly want to let someone go because they're not contributing or they're too negative, it's a choice. But here also, we ask, will this choice contribute to me? That's the tools. Because logically, we cannot say who's negative, this guy is negative. It might be a judgment, not an awareness. So we always ask, what will this choice create for me before letting go of someone? If it's light, let them go. Or even better is, if I feel that this person is too heavy, what would it be like for them to go by themselves? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots by the minute. So a question we can constantly ask is, universe, I would like to contribute. So what can I be for those people who can receive my contributions, and only those to be around me? Everything that does not allow me to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys, minutes. So what can I be or do different so that all those who are willing to contribute to me and all those who can receive contributions from me show up in my space? And everything that does not allow me to know, be, perceive, and receive, that will you destroy and uncreate. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shots, boys, males. Then you don't get unwanted calls. How many of you got unwanted calls? Like someone is like, I'm interested in your class, and then they're not actually interested in the class. They're interested in something else. So all these things are because we are not being that energy that only people who contribute to me or whom I can contribute to show up.
Okay.
There's a lot of distractions in the people around us. And that will also come only when we are distracted and not thinking. When we are confused.
Correct.
Right? So follow what is light for you. When someone calls me, if it feels light, even for picking up the call, I ask, should I pick up this call? That much of questions we can ask.
See, I have put an alarm in my watch for every half an hour to do an affirmation that my son in Canada should get a PR. Now, every half an hour alarm rings and I sit down in my consciousness and pray. Then all hurdles coming in, I destroy and uncreate it. So I've been doing it for months together. So, I mean, what do you, what I have no expectation or any perception about it. So any enlightenment on this? I mean, any reason for it's not showing up?
Okay, so why do you do that every half an hour?
Okay, because I thought the repetition makes a difference.
Okay, so then how many times should you repeat it? If you have your point of view that I have to repeat it, how many times you have to repeat it for it to happen? So that point of view has to go. Then we have to keep on repeating. Your point of view creates your reality. Presence, saying it with presence and faith once or twice is enough. We don't have to keep repeating. But if you're not being present, you have to keep repeating. So if there's a point of view that I have to keep on repeating, and we don't know how many times I have to repeat, you have to keep on repeating. And is the repetition, when I say universe, what would it be like for my son to go to Canada? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and girls. That's it. I have said it with so much presence. I have no expectations, no projections, no worry. It will happen at its own time. But when I repeat it again, I don't know with what energy you're repeating. If I say it's not yet happened, I'll repeat it again. It will not happen. Because we're saying I'm repeating it because it's not happened. And I say, why is it not happening? Again, I will stop it from happening. So asking the question and not unasking it. I was having this conversation with someone yesterday. When I ask a question, I know it will happen. It's done. I've asked the universe, it's done. Then I don't get into why is it not happening. What is stopping me from it happening? What is stopping you should not be in your thoughts. It will show up. So when you say, what would it be like for my son to go to Canada, and someone calls you and says this document is missing, then that is stopping. So whatever is stopping you will show up, or a belief will show up. See, you said you didn't want to go to Canada, or you were afraid of overseas. So when those
he's already in Canada working in an international bank. He's employed there. He's got a visa, but he is not getting permanent residential.
Okay, I'm just giving examples.
Okay.
So your belief, and here it is better your son asked that question than you, because whatever you do, it's his consciousness, it's his life. So if he doesn't believe he can get it, then what you do is not going to, it may help, but not as much as when he can do it himself.
Okay, but I'm not having any expectation or any sadness or anything like that. Why it is not happening? It's not, nothing is of that sort. Then but I always see with happiness that yes, it is happening, and I'm being informed by him, and we all are happy.
Then it'll happen. Nothing can stop it. See, time, we don't make time significant. The universe will give us at the right time in the right way. You will not know why it's coming late, but the universe knows. Like I was telling in one call, I went late when I was buying curtains for my house. There was so much problems and we went late. And I thought I was late. But then when I went there, she asked me, which apartment are you in? I told the apartment name, and she called the guy and said, where did you come from? He's saying the same apartment. And then she has the measurements of my house, of my neighbor's house, which is same as mine's. Because I was late. Otherwise, it would have taken one more day for them to come and measure. And if I'd gone early, they wouldn't have had the measurements. So the universe knows the right time.
Correct.
And the universe will always give you what you ask. Only we will stop it. Or the time, it's not yet the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so it will come at the right time. So, and good, if you don't expect or project or worry, it will happen faster. If you expect or project or worry, it happens slower.
No, I understand.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So everywhere we make time significant, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pock, all nine shorts, boys and girls. This is the amount of space of patience. And the trees don't have even the sense of tomorrow, today, is it going to happen now? They don't count, I'm 10 years old, I'm 20 years old. Because the way you handle time, the way you enjoy this moment until what you ask for shows up, is something that, again, is so amazing. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? Because what you ask will definitely happen. The universe is not saying no. The universe is saying yes to everything you say.
Correct.
Yeah, but the universe knows the right time. So what if I can trust the universe? It knows the timing.
Yeah.
And it will make it happen.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So Parul, do you have a question? Thank you, Ranga. Thank you for the comments. Tina, are you saying something? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So when we do our morning clearing, so there are certain clearings that we do every day. For example, out of control. It is not really asking something. It is about clearing the energies of the previous day or to begin our day. But then, like Sir had brought up that question, that there is a request that you have placed with the universe. You in your conscience know it's happening. But during the previous day, there is some awareness that has come. So what you were saying is that the energy with which we ask that question, maybe even if we repeat that question, it should not be that it's not happening.
Yes.
Why is it not happening?
Yes.
It should be, even if you repeat the question, the energy should be that, what else can I be and do different to help this to happen?
Yes.
Then you can keep asking it, because then you are asking the universe, what can I contribute for this to happen faster? Is that correct?
Exactly.
Because even I do keep asking some of the questions every day.
Which is
But then,
energy
yeah.
with which you ask matters.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the
I shouldn't-
clarification. Because I also got confused, because even I ask a few questions every day. I know it's happening, but still I ask them every day.
I shouldn't ask it because I have to repeat it, right? I have to be that ask.
Yeah.
I have to have that. So it's about being that question. If you be that question, it happens since you ask it. Otherwise, you won't ask it. And some things happen very fast because you don't have a point of view. I was talking to someone, right? Because she's like, I asked this, it came because it was very insignificant. It didn't matter whether you got it or not. Then it comes.
So I will tell you an interesting thing. We were talking about Diwali. In Diwali, people gift you boxes, right?
Yeah.
One day before I received the box, that day I was thinking that I would like to have Haldiram's diet mixture specifically. And I said, oh, I will have to order online. Oh, nowadays the shops don't have it. Everybody is out of stock. Whatever is sitting in the shop, they're trying to give it to me. And then I forgot about it. I said, oh, I like to have that. And it was insignificant. And at my mom's place, somebody sent me a box from office and it had that mixture in when I opened it.
Amazing, no?
It was after 3 days that I opened it. But that day that I had said it, that is the day when the box had arrived, when I checked. So insignificant quickly shows up, and you say it and you forget it. It happens the fastest.
Yes.
When you forget about it after saying it.
Because it's not significant.
Yes.
But when you look at something like, am I getting good marks? Am I getting...
You need energy. You need energy.
It's significant.
Yeah.
And it does take time, right? The universe has to rearrange everything to make it happen for you.
Correct.
So
I would like to mention here something, Nithya. I had a Diwali party on 30th of October at my place. And I was just thinking that I have arranged everything and forgot to bring a bouquet, and couldn't arrange for a bouquet, keep it at my place. And I was just thinking, I'll ask someone to bring a bouquet and all that. And then I forgot. And I saw my daughter's friend bought a beautiful bouquet. And I was literally thankful to universe कि अरे मैंने सोचा और मैं कर नहीं पाई इतने time में, and it happened. It showed up in this way.
Yeah.
So the universe always...
A beautiful bouquet of white and yellow flowers with green leaves, big, very beautiful.
How does it get any better?
Yes.
So the universe answers everyone, gives to everyone what you think. So we have the responsibility to ask, and if you function from knowing that the universe will give you whatever you ask, if you function like that, and the universe knows the right time, so let it happen. And here we don't say it's okay if it doesn't happen, right? Another statement, when you say it's okay if it doesn't happen, then you will stop it. So every time you're thinking about the question that you're asking, how are you thinking about it? Are you asking it again, or are you doubting it, or are you stopping it? That makes a difference. Otherwise, you will be amazed by the ways in which the universe can gift you what you're asking. It will come, just like Tina mentioned, or that day also I was like, I would like to have supari. And then by the afternoon, I get a basket and someone gifted me some gift basket which has supari in it, lot of different treats. And I wasn't expecting it because it wasn't even a festival or anything. It was just like that. And I had to actually ask 2-3 people, did you gift me that? I got this. So it's like so amazing. If it's insignificant. So that's what we don't have to make life as big choices, small choices. Everything is just a choice. Can I just choose what is light for me and live life as an adventure. And that's the adventure. When you ask how it shows up, is the whole adventure. The universe will never deny you, but are you willing to receive it? And you can receive it the best when you're in non-judgment, when you're in worry or anxiety or doubt. You're not receiving, are you? No, you're not receiving. So what can I be or do different to function from the energy of infinite receiving that I truly am? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine trans, boys and beyonds. So what do you love about functioning from lack? And what invention do you use to function from lack and neediness? Will you now destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. How much more grateful can you be for what you have? And the more grateful you are, things will change. Gratitude is so powerful. It's so powerful. And it makes your body feel better. It makes you feel better. So what can you be or do different? To drink godzillion doses of gratitude today. And allow yourself to be the energy of gratitude. Everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And when you're grateful, nothing stops you, right? Because I know a lot of people's businesses went down with COVID, but when you have a different point of view, it doesn't affect you. When you're truly grateful for the air that you have or for simple things. Because the beauty of earth is in simple things, right? The plants and the nature. And yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of houses that are really pretty and man-made stuff really, really pretty, but still it cannot compare to a flower or something that nature gives you, right? And they're all just available for you to enjoy. So why are you on earth if not to enjoy? So where have you forgot how to enjoy yourself and nature? Everything that brought up and let down, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine. Everywhere you have judged yourself into not being able to enjoy the space that you truly are. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate it all? Yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poison, beyonds. Everywhere you have judged yourself into not being the space that you truly are, into not being able to relax and enjoy being the space that you truly are. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate it once and for all eternity?
Yes.
Yes, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, personal. So guys, acknowledge yourself, know that you're great, know that the universe actually supports you, it likes you, and it is trying its best to give you whatever you ask. So as long as you don't stop it, you'll have it. So what value do I see in stopping myself? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poisonous. Yes, Mona, this is the last question.
Yes.
Time.
I just wanted to tell you that before the call was starting, I just psychically told you to talk about all this thing because I'm in such a this space since last 2 days. I just wanted to ask that most of the things that you talked today are cleared, and I have got process and clearings on that things, all those things. But there is sometimes that space where how much hard I try to use the tools, I cannot use the tools, and that continuous dialogue in the head keeps on going.
You don't have to use the hard, don't have to try hard to use the tools. How much fun can I have in being the tools? You don't have to use them, you have to be them.
Okay.
And say, how much fun can I have? How much fun can I have? And I say, how does it get better than this?
Yeah, in that time I was not able to do anything. I couldn't do who does this belongs to, though I knew know that it's not mine, this heaviness is not mine. I couldn't use crazy phrase. I was awake whole night, like I also started some calls, but that also didn't work somehow.
Okay, are you
So
willing to change this, Mona?
yes,
Who can change it?
I can change it.
Yeah, so figure it out. You can change it. You don't have
Yes.
to resist it. You don't have to judge yourself saying, I'm not able to do it. I'm not able to use it. If you're
Yes.
willing to change it, you can. If you love what's in your life today and you don't want to change it, then it doesn't work.
Okay.
To
Yes.
change it, you can. And you know how to change it.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Varsha, you want to say something?
Yes, Nithya, I want to say something. Ask actually. Sometimes, consciously we ask to change our reality. However, subconsciously, we are okay what is going on right now in our life. And somehow, we just buy time subconsciously that this reality is okay and the change we are looking for doesn't change. How to get over from all these emotions and feelings and thoughts?
So you can run the process. All the thoughts, no thoughts, feelings, no feelings, emotions, no emotions that I'm using and choosing to hold on to this pattern, I destroy and uncreate it. Right,
Okay.
wrong, with that, pot, pock, all nine shots, poisonous. And it's very good that you're aware that subconsciously you're still holding on to it. That's a great thing. Many people.
Yes. Yes.
So how do I let this go? From the root. What can I be or do different for me to let this go once and all for all from the root? And everything that is not be perceived and that I destroy. Right, wrong, with that, pot, pock, all nine shots, poison the. And you can talk to your subconscious. Hey, subconscious, show me how to let this go. Let this go.
Yes.
Yeah, only when we don't want to let it go, your subconscious will hold on to it.
Yes.
And it's a journey, it's an adventure. Like, how do you let it go? How many days does it take to let it go? But the more you work on it and the more you're willing to change, the step, one step of willing to change is what matters. Even if it comes back, I'm still willing to change it. And sometimes it comes back godzillion times, but it's fine. You have to be willing to let it go. So everything that brought up and let down, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poisonous. That's when we always go to never give up, never give in, never quit. So like Mona also said, don't give in to that energy of I'm not able to change it. Don't give up on the tools. Don't quit. I would like to change this one way or the other. Okay, guys, we're over time. So I will see you all next week. Thank you so much. And if anyone is interested in joining any of my classes, especially my Shamanic class starting this month, please get in touch with me. And Talk to the Animals is coming soon. Just planning it. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.
When is the access bar, man?
Thank you so much.
Access bars November 9th. Tomorrow.
19th.
9th.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Okay. And one more thing I would like to share here. Like once I attended your last to last class, that was go wild, in energy.
Yes, be free.
So whenever there is, little, what I feel is that, yes, I'm busy somewhere and doing a lot of work. Then the moment this thought comes to me that let me go wild and burst into energy, I feel absolutely a new version of me.
Yeah.
I mean, that is so great of you.
Thank you. That's
Absolutely, I go wild in energy
awesome.
and enjoying it.
That's amazing. We're here to enjoy. So keep enjoying, guys. Have a great day and celebrate every day. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for the feedback. You made my day. So I'm going to have an awesome day today. I've heard a lot of good things. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.